Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach, and today I'm talking about she blocked me on everything. So basically this is for those people that have perhaps an ex or a crush who has just blocked you suddenly on everything, and you kind of want to know why she may have done this. So there are a couple of reasons as to why she may have blocked you on everything. The first one being is that just right now, currently, she just doesn't want to talk to you. And it may be the case that you have been messaging her a lot, and perhaps maybe she blocked you on one thing and then you reached out to her on a different platform and then she blocked you again. This is something common that I find with some people. You know, they leave comments on some of my videos about when you've been blocked or unblocked, and they're like, oh, should I reach out to her on a different platform? You know, the answer to that is no, definitely never do that kind of thing. But it also might be the case that she has just literally just blocked you on everything. So that's, if she's put enough thought into it to block you on everything, there's not really a lot you can do. It's best to just leave her, well, obviously you can't really message her or anything, but don't text her, don't do anything. It's best to just leave a girl when she's done that kind of thing, because for whatever reason, you have put her off in some way. She doesn't want to talk to you, because if she did want to talk to you, then she wouldn't have blocked you on everything. She would have, she wouldn't have blocked you at all, basically. She would still be in contact with you if she wanted to speak to you. So she's blocked you on everything. So the best thing for you to do is to do absolutely nothing. And maybe she'll unblock you down the road, who knows. But it's better not to, hold on to that kind of hope, because you don't know. There are some people that I've blocked for years and will never, and I don't really want to ever unblock them, because I never want to have any kind of discussion with them ever again. I don't want them to add me as a friend again, or follow me again. Like, I really am done with certain people. And it might be the case that she is just done with you. And if that's the case, then there's not really a lot you can do apart from just let it go and move on, basically. That's, the best advice that I have for you when it comes to that kind of thing, when a girl does this. So the best thing I think now for you, if she has blocked you on everything, is to, especially if it's upset you and you feel really bad about it and you're kind of confused, you're just generally upset, then you gotta have a bit of time off social media. If you have any photos of her, especially if she was like an ex, then it's time to get rid of all that kind of stuff. Because you don't want any of these kind of emotional triggers that are going to keep you stuck. What you need to be focusing on now is, moving on with your life and, focusing on other areas of your life as well. And if this was just something like a crush, then I would recommend that you start dating new women. But if it was someone who you were in a relationship with for a long time, then and the breakup only happened recently, then I recommend that you kind of just focus on other areas of your life before you start dating again, because you do need time to process things and to heal after you've gone through a big breakup when you was with someone for a long time. So take some time to heal. I'd also, kind of check yourself, basically, like what's been going on since the lead up to her on blocking you on everything. So if you've been sending her a lot of messages, then okay, well, look back through your correspondence if you can see it. Look back on the messages that you've been sending her, and kind of figure out, like, okay, so what could I have done wrong, basically? Because I'm not going to say that you did do anything wrong, but most of the time when this kind of thing happens, it's with someone who has, not really let go of the relationship or the crush, and has been kind of persistent in messaging her too much, and kind of not taking the hint that she's not interested, and because of that, she blocked you on everything because she doesn't want you to keep on pestering her. Now, it may not be the case, that may not have happened to you, but sometimes that is the case, and I do see a lot of cases like that. So just look back and think of what I could have done wrong, look through your messages, and realise not to do that stuff again, basically, if it was your fault, like if you just kept on pestering her, and that's why she blocked you. So you kind of need to, only you can really know what went down, so just like kind of figure out what you may have done wrong, and realise in the future when it comes to women, you're not going to do that thing again, because the definition of insanity, they say, is when you keep on doing the same thing over and over again and then you're expecting different results. So if that's the definition of insanity, then it's not a good idea for you to keep on doing the same method that you've been doing to try to get girls. So if that's been, messaging her a lot, whoever your crush may be, then obviously that's not the right thing to do in the future. You have to play it a bit more cool and not be so enthusiastic, and perhaps take your time with it instead. I've got loads of videos on my channel describing kind of like the right process that you should take when it comes to messaging girls and things like that, and not being too eager too soon, basically, because that's what probably happened. If you're in that kind of situation where you was sending a lot of messages and then she blocked you on everything, it's probably because you were just coming on too strong, basically, for her, and she wasn't ready for that kind of thing, and you needed to take things a lot more slower. But if it was just the case of you two broke up and then suddenly she blocked you on everything, and this was someone who you was in a relationship with, like a proper relationship with, then it may be the case you have more of a chance of her actually unblocking you, if that's your situation. But again, like, there's not really a lot you can do. It may be the case that she'll unblock you in the future, but you have to kind of assume that she's never going to unblock you and that it's time to move on, right? That's kind of what you need to come from that viewpoint of, okay, she blocked me on everything. I now have to assume she's never going to unblock me. So, and it may be the case that she may never reach out to me as well. So basically what I've got to do is I've got to find a way to just get over this. I might focus on my hobbies, I might focus on my health, I might focus on, going out with friends, doing, things. I might be working on side projects, could be going to work, could be going to school, depending on your age. Whatever it is, you've got to be focusing on other areas of your life that make you happy, that make you feel fulfilled. It could be like, perhaps you really like painting, perhaps you're really creative, perhaps you're a musician, so you're going to practice your music. Perhaps it's you like writing, so you're going to do lots of writing. So you got to fill your time up basically with activities that you like to do. Think about it for a while as well. Do dwell on it a little bit. Don't just repress it. Write it down and then burn it if you don't want it, that written down account of what happened. About, just kind of process what exactly happened. Think about it. Think about what you've learned basically from the situation. And realize that, hey, I made these mistakes, but I did that right, but I made that mistake, and I realize I'm not going to do those things ever again. You need to really process it. And then, especially do this if you was in a relationship for a long time with this person. And then, then after you've had some months to kind of like get over it and do your own thing and enjoy your life and get back to that point where you're kind of like really enjoying what you're doing and how you spend your time, then, start finding someone new who you can have a relationship with. But yeah, that's really the best advice that I have for you. You can't really do anything now if she's blocked you on everything. Don't reach out to her friends, don't reach out to her family, don't reach out to any mutual friends you may have and ask them what's going on. Don't do any of that. Don't ask other people about what's going on, because that information may get relayed back to her, and you don't want to still be coming on too strong basically with that kind of thing. Like, you want to just let it go. If she's blocked you, just let it go. And start focusing on other things, on other girls, especially if this was just a crush. Like, if this was just a crush, you don't really need that much time to get over it, because you can just, because if it's just a crush, you didn't really know it that much anyway. Like, the only way you can really know someone is if you spend a lot of time with them, like a good few months where you're kind of living together. That's the best way to find out who a person actually is. So if it's just a crush, then you don't really have that, you don't really know them that well. Perhaps it would have been mayhem to be with them, because you don't know that kind of stuff until you've actually done it. Like, for all this could have been a huge favor that she's done for you. Perhaps you were going to be really, really incompatible if things did work out with you. So it's better to just leave her alone. Don't try and do anything. It's just going to make the situation 100 times worse if you try and sort this out. It's best to just let it go and move on and figure out what you need to do from now on. And start basically, designing a lifestyle that you're happy with. And that's something that I say a lot, because I think, if you actually are enjoying your life and you like what you do and you like what you're happy, because you might not be happy exactly where you are, but you might be happy with the trajectory of your life. Like, you're working on things so you can have a better lifestyle. You're working on your health. You're working on your exercise habits. You're working on building wealth for yourself. Like, if you're happy with the way your life is going, then that's great. And basically, you want to be on that track. So you kind of need to think about, how would I like to be living? What kind of girlfriend would I want? What kind of wife would I want? What kind of, like, how much money do I want? How would I ideally like to be living each day? What kind of job do I want? What kind of career do I want? What kind of friends do I want? And then you kind of figure that out, and then you start working towards that every day, working on that a little bit every day, and then you start to feel a lot better about yourself, a lot more positive about yourself when you do that kind of thing. So that's my advice. If you are suddenly unblocked, you are suddenly blocked by a girl on absolutely every single platform, you have to just leave her alone. Maybe she'll unblock you, or maybe she won't. If she does unblock you, don't say anything to her. Let her be the one to reach out to you, because remember, she's the one that's blocked you on everything. So if she's the one that's blocked you on everything, she has to be the one that initiates and directly messages you. So yeah, if you would like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and if there's anything you would like me to discuss in a future video, then please leave it down in the comments, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.